Hey, so I'm here with another one of our Total Growth Ownership delegates, Ali from Consultancy Growth Network. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
Yes, very well, thank you. Thanks for doing this. Listen, first off, tell us a bit about the Consultancy Growth Network and your role in the business.
We are a peer community for owners of consulting businesses. We started out just over a year ago and we are growing pretty fast. My role as head of marketing is to help build brand awareness, generate some of the leads, but most importantly, build credibility in the market and offer value to consulting owners, whether or not they're members, to really help them turn something that can be quite a slog into a bit more of an adventure through a really active, supportive peer community.
Fantastic. Yeah, I've been involved with the network for a while, as you know, and it's a fantastic community for consultancy owners, solving a whole bunch of different challenges. And I know that you've got a lot of stuff that you have to do in the network, but listen, you've been in Total Growth Ownership for about 3 months now, so we're hitting that kind of 90-day period or thereabouts. First, before we get into the kind of before and after and the results that you've generated and everything, what's been your favorite thing about the program to date?
And I love the fact that I can have a look at the portal and have access to videos which are immediately available, and of course you work through them, but just being able to dip in and out of those and being able to actually work through something live as I look at those videos and be able to apply them immediately. And the same goes for the calls. Actually, the way you structure those calls means that when you're bringing up a framework or bringing up a concept, I'm able to translate that into what will work for my business and go away and actually implement it, which is really useful.
Fantastic. No, that's good. We didn't want to create something that's just educational, informational, that people then have to work out for themselves. You can actually get it in the muscle right there and then. So it's good to see that's working. Listen, tell us a bit about where you were as a business, especially with regards to onboarding new clients, finding new clients, and doing the marketing and sales side of things before you joined the program.
I think from a sales point of view, we were pretty mature. Our founder is a sales expert by background. He's got a lot of experience in it. And so our onboarding and our sales process was really structured. I only joined the Consultancy Growth Network in September. And so that was relatively immature. We were still working out what we wanted to do. And what I found with the program is that it's helped me turn a long list of ideas and options and opportunities for lead gen and for lead nurturing into much more of a prioritized list of, okay, I can see better now the sorts of activity that's actually going to hopefully deliver the results for us. And I've got that community around me in the weekly calls where I can offer up my challenges, but also hear what others are facing and how you are advising them to overcome those problems, so that I'm able to tweak and learn as I go along.
Yeah, I'm constantly amazed by how much you can learn from other people's challenges in that environment. But sometimes you don't know that you've got that challenge as well. And you can often highlight some frailties and fix them there in the moment with somebody who's been through it and been in that situation. So Ali, if I were to tie you down to one particular kind of outcome from the program so far, what do you think has been the biggest breakthrough for you?
So we became HubSpot users probably just under 6 months ago, and we felt that we weren't maximizing it. We felt that we were doing lots with it, but it wasn't taking away any of the burden of work for us. And we're a really lean team.
Yeah.
And within the program, being able to, we started looking at workflows before I came onto the program, but being able to look at HubSpot's automated workflows and use the program to work out how they fit in with the broader customer journey that we've got for potential members and for our prospects means that I'm much more confident in the strategy that we are taking around automation to retain, a really important element that we all have, which is that credibility around our communications that don't look generalized and mass mail, that they look more personalized. And yeah, so being able to automate some of that, but just being able to check as I go along that we're doing the right things, been really useful.
Fantastic, great. Listen, a lot of our delegates looking at a bit of a fork in the road when they work with us. They're either going to do this, they're going to implement a program that helps them to take ownership of their sales and marketing, to bring that lifeblood of new business in-house, but also to upskill everybody in the new business arena within the organization. Or the alternative, of course, is working with a marketing agency, an external partner who could handle this stuff. What would you say are the main benefits that you've seen of taking this coaching, implementation, support, training approach to things versus that sort of environment?
Not to obviously conscious of who I'm talking to, it's actually your expertise, so your style is it's much more focused on coaching and sharing ideas to help me in the role that I'm doing, rather than in taking things off me to do behind the scenes that then re-emerge on my desk, ready for me to do whatever it might be to do with them. And I haven't had that opportunity to challenge my own thinking, their thinking. And so you're very good at sharing all sorts of different ideas for many scenarios, but they're focused on, okay, so what's the outcome that you're trying to achieve? And here are the ways that you as a team can use the technology that you've got to work towards that. And I like the way that sometimes you answer questions with, I don't think you should do that at all, let alone how it should be done. And so that kind of that coaching style, rather than that leave it with me, I'll take it away and then deliver something back to you, suits me really well, particularly because we are a very young business and there's lots to do and there's not very many of us, and we want to prioritize where we're going to get the best outcomes and most quick ones as well.
Thank you. The check's in the post, by the way. So lastly, what would you say to somebody who might be considering joining the Total Growth Ownership Program, becoming a fellow delegate?
I think there are three just immediate sources of value which you can access on a weekly basis. So you've got the portal, where there's all sorts of videos and content specific to wherever you are focusing your attention in your sales and marketing activity. There's the insight that you get from you and from your experience and from what you've seen, but then there's also the input from the fellow members, and not just in them offering thoughts and input into the challenges that you're having, but also in sharing their challenges and their experiences. I'm learning from what they're talking about, even if it's not something that I'm doing right now. So just immediately, on a really regular basis, there's that development and that learning and those ideas that are coming through. And certainly for smaller businesses like mine, where the marketing team is just one with all sorts of various outsourced individuals, that sharing of ideas and that checking in on what you're doing and learning how to just turn that dial just a little bit more to just change something from a great idea into a really impactful one that's going to deliver results is really valuable.
Fantastic. Ali, so glad to have you on the program and excited to see where you go next with everything that you're working on. Thanks for this. I'll speak to you soon.
No problem.